This episode of On the Ropes is brought to you by BWC. Boxing with Chris is a YouTube channel and podcast that covers the latest in boxing news, updates on prospective fighters, as well as interviews of both past and present boxers. Be sure to follow us on YouTube and Instagram for more updates and news. BWC, keep it A more than 92. If you would like to have your advertisement featured here, please email boxingwithchrismedia@gmail.com. Enjoy the pod.
Yo, YouTube, what it do? It's your boy Chris from BWC, and you're now boxing with Chris. But before anything, we reached 1,000 subscribers. Thank you all to everybody that supported us in this journey since last August. I appreciate all 1,002 subscribers. That's what we have right now at the moment. For everybody that subscribed, I do appreciate you guys, the likes, the comments, the negative comments, from the good to the bad. We appreciate you guys for all the support. It is an overwhelming support. Thank you guys so much. But we're going to jump into business today on the Ropes. We got one of my guys, Brooklyn's own, Brownsville, never ran, never will, Bruce Shoo Carrington, joining us today.
Oh,
Shoo.
yo, what's good?
Good, bro. Talk to me, man. How you enjoying the fruits of your labor, man? Talk to me, man.
Man, it's cool, man. It's real nice. You know what I mean? I'm getting a lot of attention and everything. The attention that I'm working so hard for, and the recognition and stuff. To be honest, I'm getting more than I thought I would get. You know, I'm super humbled and happy about that. To be honest, like, you know, I mean, listen, man, we didn't put in a lot of work to get to where we at, but we also put in a lot of work to make sure we're gonna go further than where we at as well.
For the people that don't know, how did you get into boxing in your early years?
Yeah, man. I had started boxing when I was like 7 years old. My dad, he had put me into boxing because like I would get into like little scuffles in school, but it wasn't my fault. Like I was always a dude that was like never really getting in trouble like that, to be honest. But I never started any trouble. But like kids like 2 times my size just try to pick on me because I was like, you know, nice kid, short and scrawny and whatnot. And my dad, you know, they used to try to pick on me, but then I used to like beat up the bullies and try to bully on me. You know what I mean? Like I still had that, you know what I mean, that toughness, you know, from Brownsville. You don't let nobody just try to pick on you. So, but like my dad never seen that side of me. Like me living in a house, me living in my crib, like I just never really showed that type of aggression. So he'd like, what? My little shoo coming out of school, coming out of guidance counselor's office, fighting and stuff like that. And then, so I guess like he was impressed by that. Like, my dad is sick. How you go? So he had put me in boxing, man. And the first gym I went to was Star City Boxing Club, and in that gym, that specific gym, you know, it was hot. Like in terms of like how many people was active in there. It was Shannon Briggs was in there. I saw Luis Collazo in there. Curtis Stevens, you know, he was in there making the name in the pros, undefeated. Saddam Ali was in there as an amateur. Daniel Jacobs, a lot of big names was in there training on a regular, and I kind of recognized them on TV, so I was kind of like starstruck as well too when I was training in there with them. And then you know, that's kind of one of the things that had me kept going to the gym, like, you know, just being around them, just being inspired. And then I remember I sparred this one kid probably like a month in of me training, and I beat him so bad that he never came back to the gym. And I think that was the moment. Like I was like, yeah, now this boxing gym is made for me. This is the moment. This is my calling.
So you never coming from we come from New York, as all type of sports. You never tried any other sport. That was the first sport that ran in your lap, and you just ran with it. No ball, nothing else.
I ain't gonna lie. Along the year, like come on now, like I started when I was 7, so you get curious about other things throughout the years for sure. Like I wanted to play basketball. I actually wanted to play basketball before boxing, but you know, my dad, once I got into boxing, he was just like, nah, everything is strictly that. Like I don't want you to injure yourself. I don't want you to play around with nothing else. If it's not boxing, then like I would rather you injure yourself in boxing than outside, and then you miss out on a big tournament or something like that. You know what I mean? So, you know, he like anything that I was interested in, he was like, man, scratch that. You could do two things at one time. You can't focus on two things at one time. And when every single time he used to tell me that, I'm like, damn, like, you're right, because I want to be able to, like, I always knew I wanted to be great in boxing. So it's like, in order to do that, you got to, put 100% focus on one thing. You know what I mean? If you focus on two things, you're not going to be as good if you don't focus on this one thing. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, let me stop playing around. Let me just, put all of our focus on this boxing thing. And, I'm here where I am now.
When you coming from Brooklyn, you got that. I don't know who's in your Mount Rushmore, Brooklyn. I got Tyson, I got Bo, I got Judah, and I got Jacobs. Who's in your Mount Rushmore, Brooklyn?
To be honest, sounds about right.
All right, so I know I wasn't tweaking. I know.
Yeah, you got it up there. To be honest, man, that sounds about right. That's the same thing, same as mine. To be honest,
is in a competitive sport. That's that one of your personal goals to reach that that Brooklyn Mount Rushmore?
Of course, bro. Of course. Like that's like one of the biggest things for me. Like a lot of people, they're looking at me as a potential, next best thing coming out of Brooklyn, and I'm happy about that. That makes me really happy that people look at me like that, and the pressure is on, but hey, this is what I'm made for. This is what I prepared myself for, and I love it, to be honest, because I know what I bring to the table. I know that I'm gonna be able to please my fans every single time I step in the ring, because I put in a lot of hard work before each and every fight. So it's like I always got something to give my fans every single time I step in the ring. So man, I just can't wait until I get them championships, and whenever the fans decide they want to name me as one of the best out of Brooklyn, then the time comes. But until then, I'm just keep doing what I do.
When you as an amateur, because I know people tend not to talk about the amateurs, but as an amateur, is it really a team's decision to go pro, or is it usually a fighter's decision to go pro? Who usually makes that first decision to take the next step?
I mean, usually, yeah, it's really just the fighter's decision. If the fighter want to turn pro, it's like going to turn pro. But I've always kind of had a team before I turned pro. You know what I mean? In the amateurs, like I always kind of had, a family to direct me and help, show me how to move and show me how to talk and, make certain decisions, make a lot of wise decisions and whatnot. So, um, it was more I had a team, like they helped me build my fan base. Like this fan base didn't just come that I have overnight. You know, I've had a lot of this percentage of this fan base from the amateurs. Like they didn't see me put work in a lot of different tournaments and Golden Gloves and whatnot, and came out and showed support just like how they are now. So these ain't no new faces for real. But yeah, so it was a team. It was a team decision to turn pro. Um, to be honest, it was a team decision to stay amateurs as well too, because I was potentially supposed to turn. I was actually looking to turn pro back in 2015, 2016. I was 19 at the time. I had a decent amateur resume. At the time, I thought it was such a big deal, but after I racked up a lot of different accolades in amateurs, I realized that it was just decent. I was a amateur. I was a alternate. Excuse me. I was an alternate for the 2016 Olympic team, and you know but at the same time, I realized I didn't really have any international experience. I never fought guys from across the pond, like in England, like in London, England. I didn't fight guys from Russia, Ireland, and all that. I didn't fight different cultures and realized there were different styles outside of their American style of boxing. I didn't know. And once I did get that experience, I was like, okay, that humbled me. Let me go back to the drawing board and let's stay amateur. Let's go back. Let's go to these 2020 Olympics and uh, let's get this experience and then get the gold and follow that route from there. Unfortunately, I wasn't able to make the Olympic team. Well, it wasn't really my power. I did everything I was supposed to do, winning the Olympic trials and qualifying for the U.S. team and everything like that. But COVID messed that up, but it is what it is. God still had a path for me, and I'm on it right now. And I'm super happy where we're at.
No, yeah. So when do you remember everything about your debut? It was everything you envisioned, the nerves, just the morning of, the way to the arena. Like, do you remember it?
Bro, son, it was like I'll never forget it. It's something that I actually didn't prepare for my pro debut to be like that, bro. I fought on a Tyson Fury Wilder 3 card. in the T-Mobile Arena in Las Vegas. Whose pro debut was that? Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's crazy, bro. And it was such an amazing experience. I remember just, just being put in the MGM Grand. They had us inside the MGM Grand to stay in, and all of the fighters during fight week, they come to the MGM Grand just to chill in the lobby and talk to each other and chill. I'm seeing Zab, Tommy Hearns. I'm seeing like so many great fighters and stuff like that I wouldn't dream of seeing. Well, I mean, I always see Zab, to be honest. That's big bro, but so many different fighters that was in town to watch that particular heavyweight fight, and I'm just meeting everybody. It was such a great experience. And then I remember finally going into fight night. It was like just the whole experience of me being in the locker room, man, and me playing my music and just watching the fights go on as it's time for me to up until it's time for me to go in, and it was so nerve-wracking because I'm like, man, this is the moment. I gotta edge my name inside the stone, man. Like, this is like, I gotta show everybody what I'm about, because this is not just a fight. This is like an audition. You know what I mean? I'm like, I gotta put on a show for real. I gotta really show my skills and my abilities. I can't play no games. And I was super nervous, bro. I fought a guy that was 3-1. Pretty tough guy. He was no joke, man. And I went in there and handled business, and I got a good reaction from it. Top Rank, they called me after, and they wanted to sign me.
And how that feel? Like, you was
that
other than your pro debut, that's like the second biggest thing, other than being a title contender, winning a title, getting that call. What was it? You get the call personally, or was your agent called you? How would that go?
My agent was called. And he told me that they was interested in signing me and everything. I'm like, word? Because that was the plan. I wanted to get with Top Rank because of how they move in terms of popularity, in terms of putting you out there. Like, dude, you're fighting on ESPN, one of the biggest sports networks in the world. Like, why would you not want to be on there? Why would you not want to fight on that? And then they know they're the best at moving prospects and moving and matchmaking and everything as well too. Like, they're literally the best. Like, I love how they're building me up, and my guys as well too. You see how Keyshawn Davis is being moved. How you see how Jared Anderson is being moved. Xander Zayas, Abdullah Mason, Tiger Johnson. The list goes on with how many prospects they have under their belt and that are doing great. And I was super happy to be a part of that mix. And it's like, it was just a dream come true.
You've been staying active. I've been to a lot of your fights. I remember the first time I seen you in person was at the Berlanga card.
Yeah. Okay. So you got a good first.
I've seen you a couple times. Then I see you at the Stacey Stevenson. And I see you at Telfimo Law. I'm outside, bro. I'm always scooping. And then obviously we ran into each other in Newark the other day. How would you rate your performance in Newark, man? Because both undefeated opponents, like I say, was one of your first tests in your division, and I'm seeing constant improvement in your game, and you kind of remind me of Triple G in a way, where it's like, now that I speak to you, you're quiet, you're humble, but in the ring, in a way, and you look like a fucking animal. So it's like,
yeah, man. I mean, I feel like me, I'm not the type of person that a teacher can never grade his own test. You know what I mean? A teacher can never grade. A student can never grade their own test. So I'm not the type of person that grade my own test, man. That's for you to answer, man. How you feel like I did? How do you feel like
you did great? But so you don't believe in picking on yourself as a critic. When you sit behind closed doors, you ever see yourself and you ever watch your own fights? Like, man, I gotta tweak that tool up. I gotta.
Oh yeah, of course. I have little moments where I nitpick and stuff like that. But in terms of like grading myself and telling you how good I did, I'm not gonna do that. That's for the fans to do. That's for you to do. And but yeah, in terms of other than that, there's always some stuff for us to work on, and I'm just continuing to improve and get better.
You in one of the most underrated and stacked divisions in boxing. That featherweight division is.
It is pretty stacked.
Names on there, from even the guys from PBC to Top Rank. Every side of the street has their own 126 pounder. Mm-hmm. How long do you think till you put the division on notice and maybe fight for that interim title and put yourself on the map?
I would say probably in about like another 2 years, maybe less. Who knows? We got to see how things move. I'm loving how Top Rank is moving me. I don't really have any problem with it, and we're gonna see how things go. I should be about 9-0 by the time the year ends, and probably by the end of the next year, or like I said, in 2 years, we should definitely start seeing the my name in title contention for sure. Because man, I'm gonna be putting a lot of dudes on notice. I'm gonna be putting a lot of dudes on notice, and we're gonna make some noise real soon. I promise you. A lot of people are already trying to put me in conversation right now, but the only thing that's holding them back is that I've only been pro for a year. So
Yeah, you know that's
like
gonna happen.
yeah, man. It's funny though, but I love it. I like how the fans and everything, like, they're looking at me. They're ready to put me in that conversation, and that just lets me know that I'm doing my job. I'm doing, and I'm happy about that, man. So, man, listen, only time gonna tell.
I feel like you're on your way to, like you said, they're building you guys up in the right. They're giving you the right opponents. Guys that are gonna at least show your skills. Jared Anderson just got announced he's going to do a homecoming.
Yeah,
So
word.
when you think we could get one of you, even at the Hulu Theater, when we could get you right here in Manhattan, when should we see you? Hopefully, I think maybe in about a year. So, don't you think maybe?
I don't know, man. I wouldn't say that. I don't know if that I'll be able to headline in a year. It's to be honest, man. It's all with the fans, to be honest, because they're the ones that stack up these seats and fill up these seats for me. They're the ones that make it, that help me get my name around and get me as popular as I am now and stuff like that. So it's really more the fans. If y'all want to see that, then you know what I mean. Make some noise for real. Like, yeah, continue to push my name out there as much as y'all can, because it can definitely happen. But we gotta really make some noise for that to happen. But we gonna see, man. That'll be crazy in a matter of a year. That'll be wild. I
Yeah.
would love to. This is a bucket list though. I would love to fight in a Barclay as well too, though. Like,
Oh
if
yeah, of
Top Rank could make
course.
something work.
You'll take the train to the arena, just
Come
for
on,
the
man.
on the trenches vibe. Just
You
remind
know what I
yourself.
mean? It gotta happen. It gotta happen, man. It gotta happen. Cause my people's, they probably like good 5 stops on the train, real quick, little 20-minute, 25-minute ride, right on the Barclay. It's crazy. I would love that. I would love for that to happen. That's a dream come true.
I wanted to switch gears with you. We had one of the most star-studded fights. Not the biggest fight in boxing, but we had a star-studded fight between Tank and Garcia. I want you to explain to the casuals. You come being a pro. For the people that I wasn't rooting for Ryan Garcia, but for the people that say he quit, explain to people
Oh my God.
the point, the emphasis of a body shot and what it does to the body, to the casuals. For the people that say
That's the people that want to act like Ryan took a dive and whatever. That shows that they never had a fight in their life, bro. I promise you. Listen, when you get hit to the body, it's so many different pressure points to get hit. You have the solar plex, you have that liver shot, the kidney shot. Like, bro, when you get hit in those areas, it takes the air out of you, son. It really takes your breath away. And like, you could see, even when he got hit, it was a delayed reaction. He tried to stay up. Like, he was wincing, and then he finally went down. Like, bro, you can't fake that at all. It's like it kind of incapacitates you, bro. And you just can't get up. And even if Ryan did get up, let's say even if he did get up, he wasn't recovered enough to continue to fight off Gervonta, because as we all know, Gervonta is one of the best finishers in the game, one of the best. Ryan wasn't. I don't think Ryan was trying to risk that and try to get himself hurt anymore. And listen, you guys might call him a coward or whatever, but at the end of the day, it's him in the ring. It's him taking the damage, and it might have been a right call for him. It is what it is. You know what I mean? So, hey, take my hat off to Ryan for even. I'm super happy they made this fight. It was a very fun fight. It had everybody on the edge of their seat. This is what boxing needs, bro. Fights like this is what boxing needs, and I'm super happy to be able to have witnessed something like that. And I honestly, I used to watch. Look, I grew up in the amateurs with Ryan. I used to always watch Tank as well in the amateurs. So watching these guys from the amateurs up to the stages they are now, bro, it's a beautiful thing to see, bro. And I mean, listen, you can't be mad at that. They grinded up to get to the point that they at.
What do you think is one of the things that gets swept under the rug that casuals don't understand about what a pro fighter goes through on a daily basis?
Like, to be honest, it's a lot of sacrifice, man. Like, you don't understand. Like, there's a lot of like sacrifice that we got to go through. Like, even just a lot of these casuals wasn't able to step in the ring. You know what I mean? And you know, but honestly, I mean, boxing is not for everybody, bro. Like, I'm seeing a lot of YouTubers there, you know, fighting and stuff like that. They're building up the will to do so, but at the same time, they're fighting people on their level. They're not fighting boxers, you know. Like, I'm seeing little, like, some of them, you know, I see Jake Paul. I give him a lot of respect because he's fighting boxers, but he had to get to a certain point of, you know, experience to be able to get the confidence to do that. A lot of the guys are not doing that. But yeah, it's a lot of sacrifice, man. We sometimes when we go to training camps, we be out of training camp for 6, 7, 8 weeks, and we're not seeing our family, and you know, we you know, missing our kids and stuff like that, and our loved ones, and you know, we just kind of secluding ourselves from the world and just putting in that work. You know, we put in a lot of pain, bro. Like, when we go on this training camp as well, it's like a lot of work, bro. People underestimate it, and they think just because it's something that we love to do, that is just easy because we do it all the time. Like, nah, this joint is not easy, bro. This joint is hard work, losing weight, hard work, being on a crazy diet, and sometimes having to dehydrate yourself, hard work. Like, it's a lot of things that we got to put ourselves through, man, and it messes with you mentally. But listen, we professionals, and we got to, you know, do what we got to do, because we have a lot of critics that don't care about all of that background stuff, that just want you to fight. And if you don't win, they got a lot of BS to say. And then when you have an excuse, they ain't trying to hear that excuse. So you just
I
got to
get
put
it.
in that work. It don't matter what's going on. If you just got to win, and nobody trying to hear no excuse, bro. You got to do what you got to do.
I have to ask you a question, non-boxing. What made you go vegan, man? We eat so much good food in New York. What made you go vegan, man? What? Whoa, you just woke up one day and say, yo, man, I can't do this no more, man. I'm going
Nah.
plant-based burgers and shit like that. What happened, man?
Nah, man. So me and my dad, me and him actually. Okay, so to correction, I'm not vegan. I'm on a plant-based diet. So basically, I just adopted the vegan diet. I don't want to call myself vegan because, you know, it's that culture. It's a whole thing that I want to respect, because you're still gonna see me wear fur coats. Still gonna see me wear leather jackets and leather belts and stuff like that. They don't wear nothing, or there's nothing that's, like, you know, against, you know, animal cruelty and stuff like that. And I'm not with animal cruelty, but I'm just saying, like, you know, y'all, you might catch me like with
No,
that
I get
stuff. So
exactly
I
what
don't
you're
follow
saying.
all their
It's a harmless
practices.
thing. I get exactly. Yeah, I
Yeah,
get it.
yeah, yeah. I just follow their diet. That's it. And so yeah, me and my dad, we watched this documentary called "What the Health" on Netflix, and we also watched this other one called Game Changers, and it changed our life. Like, honestly, what made me turn plant based was the fact that I learned that these pharmaceutical and these doctors, like, pharmaceutical companies and these doctors, like, they hustle us out of our life. Like they're the real gangsters in this world, for real. Cause it's like, if you're sick, they don't give you the remedy to cure you. They give you medicine, they give you pills and stuff like that to treat you. They don't give you the cure. They understand that if they treat you, you ain't coming back to the hospital because you're good. You're good. But, you know, if they cure you, you're not coming back to the hospital. You're good. But if they treat you, then it's like they're just giving you a little treatment just to subside the pain. You know what I'm saying? So once the treatment goes away, you're back for more. You know what I mean? So I'm like, that's crazy. Like, how you hustling me out of my life? And I kind of took it personal. So I'm like, nah, man, I'm about to put all the good things in my body to make sure that, you know, I can heal properly and get stronger and feel well and be happy with you know, how I feel and how I'm going about life on my day to day, without feeling like I'm taken advantage of. So I just started to, like, you know, study a lot on, you know, medicinal herbs and stuff like that, and really start to put all of that in my body, and it's made me into a better fighter, to be honest, because, like, my recovery when I'm in pain is much faster and is much better. Like, I'm a morning person. I mean, I feel like I've always been kind of a morning person, but I wake up earlier now without a problem. Like, I used to, like, but I say my early days used to be like 8 o'clock, and now I'm waking up at 4, 5. You know what I'm saying? Putting in that work, high energy. You know, I'm not having no crazy, you know, congestion or acid indigestion and stuff like that. And I'm not sick for a long period of time. If I am sick, I'm sick for like 1 to 2 days and I'm back on my feet. The recovery factor is crazy. So it's a lot of good things, you know, that has helped me out a lot, and having that plant-based diet. And I'm much stronger now. It's like it's easy for me to cut weight. Like, you guys you'll never, and I'll say this on here, you guys will never see me overweight in my whole career. You'll never see me overweight. I promise you, because I'm just, you know, super locked in and disciplined when it comes to my diet, bro, and my work ethic, my training regimen. I'm just super locked in. So like that plant-based diet helped me out a lot, to be honest, mentally when it comes to that.
Did you stop like just cold turkey, or was it
cold turkey, son? That was tough.
So that was an overnight change. So you probably had some. Was it during a camp or was it during a fight? Was it?
Nah, son. I was still amateur, and it wasn't during the fight. It was just on my off time, and it was crazy because listen, bro, I wouldn't recommend doing it cold turkey. That's just something that me and my dad did without thinking. And around that time, you know, I know you see like a lot of vegan restaurants now, or a lot of restaurants that have vegan options. Back then, I did it like 5 years ago. It wasn't like that before, bro. It was tough. Definitely. It was super tough. Oh man, it was hard for me to find certain things. Like I had to do my job. I wasn't cooking at the time. I didn't know how to cook yet, and you know, certain restaurants wasn't giving us the things that we need. And then even if we did find a restaurant, we was eating that same thing over and over and over till we got tired of it. So I'm like, man, I got to start cooking in the crib, man, because I don't know if I'll be able to continue to do this. Then once I started doing that, I started realizing, okay, I know, like, you know, I could, you know, make some things now, because I could make some things that taste good. And then over time, vegan restaurants started to open up. A lot of different vegan options started to be available. And, you know, we just started to make things happen. Now it's super easy for you to follow, you know, vegan food and whatnot. It's super easy for you to get some vegan food. So I'm super happy about that, to be honest, because back then it was tough.
I get you, man. So what's you gonna be on that June 10th Tell Fimo card? You know, we're gonna be there.
Yeah.
We're gonna be there to support you, man. Did they announce your opponent yet, or is it not for open?
No,
I haven't seen it anywhere. I know that you're on the card, but they haven't yet.
Nah, I just fought 2 weeks ago, man.
Hey, but they ready to put you out there. That's the same shit I said. I'm like, yo, he just fought 2 weeks ago. Let the man get a vacation, you know. But they was like, he's back on the car, so we got to go check bro out again. We outside.
They haven't disclosed that info yet and all that. But you know, we're gonna be ready for each and everybody, bro. Like, it is what it is. I'm locked and loaded and ready to go. So, you know what I mean? Anybody can get it. What AB used to say, anybody can get it.
You know, I'm from the Bronx, you being from Brooklyn, and I'm pretty sure we all went through these hardships. What you got to say to the young lady in the gym right now, you know, just needing that push, that motivation, that they don't got that older statesman, that OG that probably you and me had. What do you got to say to that younger statesman, you know, to push them forward?
Oh man, just believe in yourself no matter what, man. Like, I done had so many people that try to knock me off my path. I done had so many people that try to tell me that I couldn't do this and I couldn't do that. And you could just kind of use that negativity as motivation. Push them out the way. Don't let them push you off your path. Push them out the way and do what you got to do. And make everybody that's a non-believer a believer, because all of them are going to become your fans. All of them haters are going to become your fans. Even your haters is your fans. The haters is your biggest fans, to be honest. They just hate that they admire you so much. You got to look at it like that. Push, believe in yourself. Have self-motivation. Don't use any outside source as motivation, like your core motivation. You can have outside sources of motivation, but your core motivation got to be yourself. You got to do it because you want to do it. Don't do it because somebody else want you to do it. Your friend, your mother, your father, whoever it is. Do it because you want to do it, because you want to be great. And don't let nobody tell you can't. Just don't let nobody tell you can't.
Last question before we let you go. What do we expect from Bruce Carrington come June 10th? What can we expect from you?
As always, you guys are going to expect a crowd-pleasing performance, and that's going to be that. Whether it's going to be a knockout, whether it's going to be a, you know what I mean, a decision, either or is gonna be a crowd pleasing performance. So we're gonna put in that work for sure.
Yo, Bruce, I appreciate you, big bro. We'll definitely see you June 10th. Best of luck to you and the family. Good luck out there, and we'll lock in soon again, big bro. For sure.
Thank you. Appreciate you, my man. Thank you for having me. Oh, yeah, real quick. And you got everybody that's watching, you guys can follow me on my Instagram, Bruce_Carrington, my Twitter, B_Carrington1. Tune in on ESPN Plus for my fight, June 10th, under the Josh Taylor versus Teofimo undercard. You guys can even, if you guys are locals, y'all in town for the fight, y'all get my hit the link in my bio. Hit the link in my bio. Y'all click that. Y'all grab y'all tickets for the fight. And then also, you know, I'm adding a little something extra too. You guys can also watch my documentary that I have out. It's called Brownsville Born. You guys can watch that on brownsvilleborn.com. Let me know how it is, and y'all go ahead and sit and enjoy.
All right, big bro. You already, man. Best of luck out there, man. Be good.
Thank you. Appreciate
Anytime,
it.
bro.